Yesterday we had seen that an enormous line of cars starts to form outside the park as soon as the rangers start staffing the entry gates. Our mission today was to be in the park by 7:30, so I set my alarm for 5. The kids were not very happy to be up at that hour. Nathan was getting impatient with my exuberance for the scenery. He reminded me that we could make the same photo stops next week when we were coming back through. Begrudgingly, I agreed and focused on the mission. Once in the valley, we had a quick breakfast of bananas and snack bars. We made final bathroom stops and filled water bottles and chugged down the last of the orange juice. At the Mono Meadows trailhead, we hoisted our ridiculously heavy packs and headed into the wilderness. The trail dropped steadily for several miles, much of it through remnants of an old forest fire. It was a hot day, and there was little relief to be had from the snags and scattered trees still standing. Eventually, we reached unburned areas and enjoyed the dappled shade of old-growth ponderosa, sugar pines, lodgepole, and fir. few miles brought us to Illilouette Creek, where we discovered the only means of crossing was to wade. Everyone else had the foresight to bring sandals and quickly swapped footgear to make the crossing. I waded on the near side until everyone else had finished crossing. Then Mathen waded back with Emily's sandals so I could make the ford. Since there weren't any good places to sit along the creek, we decided to push on further before lunch. The trail climbed a sandy, exposed ridge and then sparsely timbered granite outcroppings before joining a small creek. Eventually, we found a big log in the shade where we dropped our packs and dug out lunch snacks. After lunch, we crossed two small tributaries and started looking for a campsite. The map showed some flat terrain, and although some hikers told us there weren't any good spots, I was sure we could find something. I saw a low ridge line and followed it out to some flat areas that would work. We needed water though, so Abby, Corbin, and I hiked ahead to a spot where the trail rejoined the main creek. After pumping the bottles full, we explored the area and found an even better campsite. Leaving the bottles behind, we hiked back to the others and led them to our spot for the evening.
You keep going after a couple more steps and then just straddle to the other side of the log.
Soon, tents were up and water was boiling for a Thai chicken noodle dinner. Most of the kids strung hammocks in the trees, which meant I got a tent all to myself for the evening. Since we only had 6 or 7 miles to go, the kids slept in today until almost 9 o'clock. By the time we had eaten and torn down camp, it was already 11. I knew this was going to be a hot day. You look like you're praying. The trail continued flat for a while, but soon began climbing as the valley closed in. At Illilouette Creek, we were once again forced to wade across or to hop on rocks.
kayaks up here and go hang out at a water slide for a little while.
From this point on, we would be fighting mosquitoes, and the rest breaks were few. Throughout the day, we met hikers who informed us that there was no way through the pass. The trail was clear to the top, but the backside was completely full of snow. I began to fear that we would have to abandon the loop trip. There might be a way to get around the snow, but it was unlikely that the women were interested in such a hard scramble. Finally, we topped the ridge and saw Lower Ottoway Lake. The lake was spectacular, with fingers of granite extending into the crystal water, and little plunge pools cascading away at the outlet. We soaked hot feet and refilled canteens, at different locations, of course. And then I scouted for a campsite. I found a great spot with a fire ring, and Mathen set to work starting a blaze.